welcome to my channel. My name is Jo and this is a love reading, my very first love reading, and it's all about what is the future of this love connection. Now it can be any relationship really. It can be your sister, brother, family member, lover, friend, it really doesn't matter. If you're focusing on the energy of that person, then this pick a card reading will be answering the questions that you have around that relationship. So as you can see, I'm doing things a bit differently today. I have 5 crystals, and I also have 5 little cards, which are sort of like a message. And yes, one is turned over. That is what Spirit has asked me to do today, is to turn that one over. And it's kind of like if you choose that one, you know that that's what you're getting, what your reading is going to be about. But this, the future of this love connection is, we're going to look at the past, the present, and the future, and we're going to have a look at what it is that you need to know, what is hidden from you in this relationship. So lots of getting down and getting right into the crux of what's happening in this relationship for you. So we have 5 piles today. One is this beautiful shell with healing. The second one is the Herkimer diamond, and this is your card here. The third one is this Lumerian quartz. That is your card there, and these cards are just a starting point. The fourth one is the clear quartz point. Fifth one is the Botswana agate. See which one is calling you today and focus on the relationship that you want answers to, that you want to know more about. Have a good look at these crystals, and see which one is calling you today. And there may be more than one, and I can feel my voice is starting to become really changing. The heart energies coming through. I've asked lots of angels to come and support us today. If you enjoy pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel. You go in the draw each month to win a personal reading with me. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi there, pile 1. This is your reading for today, and this reading is all about what is the future of this love connection for you. And firstly, we're going to look at the past and the present, so we can really assess what this relationship has been like, where is it now, and then move to the future. So the 2 cards over here are the past. For you and your love connection, I feel like there could have either been a physical move, so you may have actually moved away from each other, moved closer to each other. Could have been moved from state to state, or there has been some move. It could even mean that you've just moved in together, that you've joined 2 families together. Whatever it is, there's been this movement, there's been a change in the situation, and this has been in the past. And then the mystery of this situation, this card is coming up because in the past in your relationship, it's like you haven't trusted the path, you haven't trusted the way forward for the 2 of you. It's like you may have even blocked your own future. And this card is coming up, and the way I've done this reading today is this card is you, this card is them. So on the left is you and on the right is them, so on each of the pairs. So in the past, it could be your partner has been the one that has blocked, has stopped you moving forward when they haven't trusted, they haven't known which way was the right way forward for them. They haven't known which way was the right way forward for your relationship. So they were untrusting of the wonderful mystery that can be your relationship and the path together. So it feels like, and perhaps you've had to move closer to them, perhaps you've had to help move them along. There's a lot of aspects here and we've got water, so that's, you feel much more emotionally connected, open, allow your emotions to flow, whereas your partner feels not constricted or closed off. Neither of those things. It's more like they leave things to chance, they leave things open, but they also don't trust the possibilities. where spirit might take your relationship, where your life might go together. So there's been this element of one of you feeling out of balance emotionally, and that's you. And, if this doesn't apply, if you flip it around, if your partner's the emotional one, flip them around. But see the two people in this relationship as these two people here. And this person here is much more analytical, very straight down, up and down, straight. It's very, very straight. That's the most simplest way of saying it. This person is probably more grounded than you are. They are less emotional, and they try and make all of their decisions coming from their mind rather than trusting spirit. While both types of these personalities can actually be in harmony, at the moment it's causing a little bit of friction, but it doesn't feel like anything that's over the top. Now here we've got the present energies down here. We've got Lakshmi and prosperity. And then we have ancestor healing, which is in the reverse position, but we'll come to that one next. So the first card here is Lakshmi, and she's all about prosperity and feeling abundant. And it is in the upright position, but I feel like there's a lacking here. I feel like you can see that Lakshmi is draped over the man behind her. And whether you're a female or a male, it doesn't actually matter. But if you look at these people or these goddesses and gods representing the masculine and the feminine, you can see that the masculine looks very strong and has multiple arms. It's like very, very capable, strong in and knowing in their abilities. Whereas Lakshmi looks like she's actually this very strong goddess, but she's still draping herself over this male as if she needs his support, when she needs to understand her own divine feminine, her own aspects of truth and what she brings to the relationship. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female, these things, we all have a divine masculine, we all have a divine feminine in our makeup. So this card here represents those deities, those ideas, and perhaps this is even you, that the masculine is out of balance, and it's that much more of that traditional way of being where the female has to follow the male. And perhaps this is a thought that you actually have that is an undercurrent in your relationship. That will definitely be true for some of you. But there's definitely an imbalance here in this masculine feminine, and that seems to be coming from your side of the equation. Now, this is presently happening, so it's something that's still happening for you. Then we've got ancestor healing, amber and tree, and it's in a reverse position. And so I feel like what's happening here at the moment is the person that you're in a relationship with is trying to dominate a situation, and it feels like a family one, and it feels like they're working on some stuff of their own. Very deep stuff, family sort of things, and I feel like they're trying to subvert it, trying to use their power or their strength to create a certain outcome. That while there is a lot of they are really strong, it doesn't mean that they're going to be able to be successful there. This feels like a force that that needs to be reckoned with, but it doesn't mean that the healing will happen. This aspect here is impacting your relationship at the moment because of whatever it is that they're going through. They are focused quite heavily on this aspect and using their, I'm going to say, brute force to control this situation. They may be successful because they are very, very strong. That's what I'm getting. However, I am noticing the amber, so I'm feeling that the amber is something that they're not paying attention to in the situation, and perhaps they just need to think about the situation from a different aspect. And my head's really spinning now that I'm talking about that, and I want to come back to the actual shell that you selected. So the shell is just one that I found, but it is that going round and round and round in a circle. And I feel that at the moment your relationship could be doing that because you're focused on one thing. You're possibly focused on money and opportunities, life opportunities, as well as this imbalance between your relationship, which is not terribly, imbalanced. It's not terrible. Don't throw it away with the baby with the bathwater. But there is an element of healing that needs to be done. And I will read this card now because it's the time. The time is right. Gradually, my old self falls away. My sorrow is lost and my anxiety fades. As a master, I experience irreversible positive change. I become whole. So I feel for both of you that there is quite an element of healing. And it may not have everything to do with the relationship, but it's causing, grief, conflict, whatever it might be for you. So, and this here, it's very much about this person. This person is really undergoing this very deep healing, it's the very core of their family, or what family means to them, because it is to do with their ancestors. And at the moment, I'm not sure you are, 100% supporting them, whether you are thinking about your relationship rather than what they're actually experiencing at the moment. So perhaps this needs a little bit of working through, a bit of healing. But let's have a look at the future for both of you. We have the first card, which is love, which is an awesome card in a love connection reading. And then we have trust. Now, if we have a look at these cards, obviously the love card is coming for you, and it's showing the 2 rings, whether you are already united and have a strong bond, or whether this is something that you're moving forward to in the future, because these are the future cards. So perhaps you are going to connect stronger, deeper. You are going to either, if you're not married, you may cement the union with a marriage. You may not. You may move in together. But you see that there's steps here. So it's like steps in the path of your relationship. And it is a strong union, and it is one where you are going to move towards that that more connected nature, whichever type of commitment you call it. It may not be marriage, but the rings are there. So great outcome card, great future possibility. And then the other card here, and this is more for them, not you, is the trust card. And again, it mirrors the mystery card quite well. And it is a path. So both of these cards for your partner are really about their path. And not only is it about their path, it's about your path, because you're on a path with them. And these are sacred journey markers, all of these cards. So they're very particular types of, moving forward, path, the way ahead, all of those things. So there's an element for them that they need to trust everything. And I feel like this is coming back to this card here, that they're really working on something quite deep here. So for them, their path through this relationship is quite different from yours. Yours is, you kind of know where you're going already. You know you're going here. Whereas this other person that you're with, or that you're in this relationship with, while they love you, that I can feel, it's like they don't know that the path is as is straight. It's not from A to B for them. There is a bit more involved for them. So, the more that you can be supportive of that, the more that your relationship will bond together. And again, we've got that knitting of ancestral healing. Now, these cards down the bottom here, these are extra cards about what you need to know some information about. So it's like this card is what is hidden, and this card here, this one's what you need to know. And this is you. This is you shining your light. So it's like, as I've said before, this person that you're in a relationship is going through some healing, whether you're both on this path together. That's questionable for some of you. But this is you. You have to be true to yourself. You have to be your own cheerleader. You have to be your own best friend type thing, for this flame, for this wonderful commitment to, you know, to be cemented, for it to be passionate, to be all those things. You have to be you. And you, if they are working through something, you be you with them working through something. So this card here is health, and this is what is hidden. So it could be that this person, that your partner is needs to invest more time and energy in their own health, their mental and physical. I will honour the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So there is a lot of that sort of green, outdoorsy, tree type energy here. And so perhaps this is a message that this person really does well when they're outside, really likes gardening, likes walking, bushwalking, hiking, whatever it might be. But there's a real back to nature type element with your partner. So the health and healing could be also of your relationship, but I feel that there's a deeper level here for them when it comes to working through their own health. And again, I feel that is related to here because there's a lot of healing involved in this card. And the card that you chose is about healing. So this relationship looks like one that you're going to move forward with. It looks like one that, you know, there's a real love element in here. There's a real commitment that goes up a step, that keeps moving forward, and you keep taking bigger steps together. There is an element of trust for both of you, but more particularly for your partner. Thanks for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more videos like this and for your chance to win a personal reading with me. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye. Hi there, pile 2. If you picked the Herkimer diamond, this is your reading, and your card is discipline. I recognize the value of time and of effort. As a master, I have the power to resist all forms of inertia. So let's have a look at what that is about as we go through. Now, this reading, I've had some real big downloads from Spirit and the way I needed to set it out. So the first 2 cards are about the past in this relationship that you are looking at in this connection, and the next 2 cards are the present. Then we have the future, and then we have a couple of cards that are about unseen influences and hidden elements. So let's first have a look at the past for you. And so the past is about the frog, and so the frog is really quite at home both on land and on water. So for you, it's like you're quite good at handling your emotions. You're quite good at balancing yourself. You're quite good at knowing when things are out of balance and putting them right. You are very good at handling situations. I feel that, like a frog has those webbed feet, and they're able to spread out, and it gives them quite good balance. When they leap, they're able to land quite easily, and even if they don't, they right themselves straight away. And I feel that for you, that's really who you are. Okay, that's really you. And you have been cleaning house. You've been releasing emotional baggage. You've really been letting go. And this is a timeless reading, so you may come to this at any time. In the past, that's what you've been doing, and I feel like you're actually still working through it, but we'll get to that in a minute. Whereas your partner is more of a water element, which is quite good, because if you have a look at the lily pads, like, you guys are really quite suited to each other, that you both got quite watery personalities, so you're really good at talking about your emotions and your feelings. And being connected to sort of other realms is what I'm getting about your partner, whether that be a male or a female, it doesn't really matter. But they're very connected to their feelings and emotions, and that could be that they are a water sign. So in the past, you've both been really open with your feelings about one another, about your families, about your health, about, whatever it is. It's kind of like you're both really open. You lay things out and, discuss these things. However, your partner, whereas you're like really frank, open, looking straight up at us, what is it you want to know? I'm happy to tell you. Your partner is a little bit more closed off. They're a little bit more hidden, and it's kind of like they like to keep their intimate secrets to themselves. They're happy to share them with you, but maybe not to the rest of the world. So it's a really good connection that the two of you have, that this connection has with you, this love connection. You're really quite suited to each other. There's a little bit of difference, but that brings, that actually helps the relationship rather than hinders it. So this relationship for you is built on quite a really good mutual foundation, which I feel is positive. And the Herkimer diamond is a very strong, high energy and high vibrational crystal, and that strength is something, and the discipline, those things are knitted together in this relationship for you. So this is the present for you, and it's, again, here, this is you, and you're resolving the issue. So whatever it is that you've been releasing and cleaning house, you're really getting on top of it. I feel that you're still working through it at this present moment. There's still releasing happening. You can see that sort of, but the energy's changing. So there's that golden light now that you're releasing. So perhaps in the past you've been really letting go of some heavy stuff, really working on that murky depth sort of thing. And now it's kind of like you're coming out of that, and whether you've finished it, whether you're it's transforming, or whether it's yet to, it's really close, very, very close for you. And I feel quite emotional about this, that your partner here has been very, very supportive, really, really got your back, really, really strong and true to you, really an emotional support, a physical support. Like the world could be burning around both of you, and this person has got your back. This is amazing, the kind of energy that I'm feeling about this partnership. Is you've been going through some really, really crap times, and this person, the person that you're asking about, is such a strong, is a strength in your life. They are there to support you. They are there to stick with you. And I feel it's really built on a strong foundation. Regardless of whatever's happening around the two of you, this relationship is really strong. So there may be some crap happening in your life, but this relationship is one that you can count on. Now, if we move into the future for you, there is this card here coming up with risk. So these are the two future cards, and we've got risk. And this is the way the Spirit talked to me about this reading, is this is your side and this is the partner's side. And these cards here are both opening up to a path. This path here is undefined. This path here, you've got 3 options. There could be a few more options there. There's 3 at minimum. Well, there are 2 options here at minimum, but there are possibly 3 options to you moving forward. And this is about your relationship, but it's more to do with home, family. There's other aspects of your relationship for me. It doesn't feel like it's at the core of your relationship. This feels more like, where do we move? How many kids do we have? Whatever that other option is. But these decisions are more of this world. They're not of your emotions. These are definitely which way do we go forward? And this card here is just showing you that there are risks involved every time you make a decision about your life, and particularly when you're making a decision about a partnership and life together. However, this other card has come up, which is the partnership card. So I feel like this doesn't feel like to me like you're the type of people that will get married. You feel like you're long-term committed lovers or relationship, whatever it is, and you feel like you don't need any pieces of paper, you don't need any rings. You may still get a ring, you may get a tattoo, you may do some other thing to show your bond, your connection. But to me, it's like it's quite untraditional, and and it's like you can feel safe that with that commitment, because both of you, like you look at this symbol, both of you are equal in this partnership, and I feel that feels really good. But there's just some decisions in the relationship that, that can cause conflict, that may not be the right ones. There's elements there for you to know that in the future that there are risks you take every time you make a decision. It's as simple as that. I can't go into each and every decision, but the partnership is solid. It is equal. It is based on a mutual understanding. So let's have a look at some other cards for you, which are the hidden elements. So this one here is what you need to know, and this one here is the hidden elements. So what you need to know is voice your concerns. Your ancestors and your spirit team, the angels, whoever's around you, voice your concerns. This relates to this risk card. Don't just go into a situation without fully discussing it and being equal in this partnership. Don't let it be unbalanced or become unbalanced. Really, have a look at all the sides and then talk about it and ask for help from your unseen helpers if that's what you feel like you need to do. And this card here is also, this is what is hidden. And I feel like for both of you, one of you likes to go within. So one is, a person who's really comfortable going inside, and another of you has a very, very imaginative inner world. They're really strong with their imagination. They could be an artist. They could be really sensitive. Or they could be sensitive in other ways is another thing that I'm being told. So you're both similar but different. So yeah, I feel this relationship is really a really strong one, which is definitely the reason why you've chosen this reading today. Now, you're the only pile that this has come up for, but one of the options for this reading was, where has this relationship come from? What do your spirit guides want to tell you about where this relationship's come from? So the first card is birth and rebirth, and the second card is the horse. So the first card being birth and rebirth, I feel it's a very, you've known each other in past lives. You've definitely been together. It's, you've leaned on each other. You've both had other lives where you've not only been connected, but you've also been quite separate, and you've missed each other in these past lives where you've been separate. And it didn't feel that great. Whether you are whether you're twin flames, soulmates, whatever the words are that you want to call yourselves, you're definitely been together in past lives, and you've come back to be in this lifetime together. And the horse is all about freedom, accepting help from each other, and delegating authority. And so what I feel this is about is, I've talked a lot about you being really, really equal. And it also feels like there's a lot of maybe same-sex relationships who may have picked this one. But I feel like it's like you guys can accept help from each other, but you've got to give each other that freedom, because that balance, and this card here is showing you the balance. It's flicked up, but it's really similar. And it's actually the shape of the Herkimer diamond, which is really interesting. So it's like you connect together, you help each other in so many different ways, but there is an element of discipline, because you do need to not, totally overwhelm each other. You need to let yourselves breathe. You need to give yourself space. And honour each other the way that you would like to be honoured, because you guys have a really supportive, loving, nourishing, nurturing relationship. And while there's going to be some discipline needed, you guys are like beautiful. And that's the last thing that I really want to say. You're just beautiful together. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. If you like Pick a Card readings, please subscribe to my channel. You also go into the draw each month to win a private reading with me. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the beautiful Lumerian Quartz. This is your reading today, and your card is integrity. As a master, I live by my highest principles. No matter how long the wait or how high the price, nothing is more valuable than a clear conscience. That's a pretty heavy message there for your reading. What is the future of this love connection? So let's dive right in. So this spread here came from Spirit, and I'll explain it to you. So we've got 2 cards here which are about the past, 2 cards here about the present, 2 cards here about the future, and then these are sort of like the hidden aspects and something you need to know. So we've got a really, like, the energy of this. You were actually the first pile that I drew for, sorry. So we have Archangel Jeremiel, and this card is you, so the person that's watching the reading for you. And thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So I feel like I'm being drawn to the fire. So I feel like you're really quite a fiery kind of person. And what I mean by that is you're really passionate, you're really energetic, you're really exuberant, you have lots of energy, you're, really, you get excited about things. But there's the other flip side of you is that when you go within, when you go inside, you go really, really deep. It's like night and day. It's like light and shade, and that's who you are. You're very, very yin and yang. You can be up one moment and down the next. But what I want to say to you is it's actually really good because you're being true to who you are. You're being authentic. You're having integrity with how you behave. You're not hiding who you are for other people. There may be an element of you cloaking who you are when you're around certain people, but for the most part and within this relationship, you're being who you really are. But there is this element of forgiveness here, and I feel that's you needing to say, to forgive yourself for being who you really are. And I feel that you have quite a lot of guilt around that, and it's quite oppressive around you, and you don't need it. Like, really, the angels, the spirits around you, they just want you to be, to live your joy, which is, and your partner does too, and it feels like your partner is really supportive of you being who you want to be. And they're like, yeah, like, just be who you want to be, just express yourself, because they are quite like that too. So, like, you feel like you're very sort of high vibrational energies together, and I'm butting my hands together because occasionally, you might butt up against each other, but you kind of bounce off each other because it's very high and light, and you've got so much energy, the two of you. You're feeling, it's like you dance all day or something. I don't know what it is, but you've got lots of energy. You might listen to lots of music and whatever. I don't really understand what this is, but I'm really smiling. My whole face, got this big, big smile on my face because you're really both very happy people. And like I said, you do have this element of going within, and that's okay. You don't need to feel guilty about that. It's okay. You cannot sustain, being up all the time. And if it is that the two are really out of balance, that's okay. Don't fight yourself. Just, find more of an equilibrium is what your guides want you to know. But your partner and you are really about celebrating, and it feels so light to me. My whole heart feels really open. So, and this is the past for you. So this is how it has been feeling. So a really great start, a really great relationship, and a meeting of two minds is what I'm being told. Then we have some grief. So this is the present, and we're working in with some grief. And the left card is you. So both of the left cards are you, and the right cards are your partner. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And this could be anything. Okay, so this could be a situation that didn't work out for you, and I feel that is quite, that one's quite strong for a lot of you, that it's something that didn't work out, and so you have a lot of grief around it. It's like your ego's hurt because whatever this is didn't work out for you. Well, I'm going to sound really blunt and really hard now, but what I want to tell you is that you didn't lose anything that was yours, because if it was yours, you wouldn't have lost it. Okay? That opportunity that came up for you around ego growth, so, you know, self-promotion, it's not self-promotion, it feels like work, who you are in the world, it feels like that. That was never yours. And I feel like I'm getting cut off at the solar plexus when I say that. And this, to me, is really, you thought that's where your life was going, and Spirit has got totally different plans for you. Okay, so totally different plans for you, and you are experiencing this loss, you are experiencing this grief. However, nothing is ever lost that was ever ours. You probably do not like hearing me say that, and I do apologise, but there are greater things for you coming. There is much greater things for you coming. And the more that you can release these feelings of grief, because they're very much because your ego's been hurt, then the quicker that you'll move through it, okay? Now, your partner is rich in spiritual gifts. And I feel that your partner is probably able to see what is happening and knows that whatever it is wasn't right for you, but they probably aren't telling you those things, okay? They're watching, waiting patiently, supporting you, but I don't feel like they're giving into you. So I feel like you probably don't feel like they're supporting you. I feel like you think that they are actually ignoring how you feel. And I'm not being, the way I'm saying this sounds like I'm really unfeeling. I'm not unfeeling at all. But the thing is, I know there's something so much better coming for you. So I want you to, to move through this situation so that you can stop seeing your partner in the way that you are seeing them at the moment. And your partner has lots of spiritual gifts, and I feel like one of them is foresight, and so they can see quite clearly what's happening for you at the moment. And they feel like they are a bit detached from you, and this situation will sort itself out as long as you see the opportunity that this is for you, as long as you see the gifts that are coming, because your partner certainly does. So now we are looking at the future. And while we have been talking quite a lot of stuff about you, but you're half of this relationship. And so if you're stuck, if you're feeling very restricted, then the two of you can't move forward. Because your energy is suffering. So that means that, that your relationship is going through probably its first or most significant trial or tribulation at the moment. It's like this is quite a roadblock for you, or it can be if you let it. So that's the things that you're being told. This restriction can go on as long as you want it to, until you start seeing your way out of it. So your relationship at the moment is being affected, and it is coming from whatever you're experiencing, whatever it is that you have experienced recently. This person is a really high vibrational being, and this card says here there are two paths ahead, and I feel that there are two paths for your relationship and for you. There is the most wonderful energy available to you. However, I think if you keep looking to the past, you're not going to see this wonder that's in front of you. And this card is about sacred divinity. And at the moment, you're kind of not seeing your own sacred divinity, and you're not seeing your relationships' sacred divinity. So this is where you're being asked to be, stand in integrity, which is difficult when you're dealing with a situation that has really thrown you out of balance. And, that's where you really are at the moment. Now, this here is what you need to know. And this is a future card. So this side of the reading is all about your future. And this is hope. And this is you. Whether you're a male or a female, this is you standing in your power. This is you actually overcoming this situation. This is you going, I know what I need to do. I know who I am. I have all this momentum behind me because I know that I'm really, really strong. There's a lot of orange here for you. So your sacral chakra and your solar plexus are really coming, this solar plex area really, again, is it's like you're being challenged, but it's a good challenge because you're going to grow so much from it. And this card here is about what is hidden. And I feel for you that you're actually going through quite an awakening, and you need to cleanse. You need to cleanse your environment. It's not your relationship that you need to cleanse, but you need to cleanse your environment and shake things up. You need to move things around so that you can actually come into this higher energy for you and for your relationship. So at the moment, you've been asking about what the future of this love relationship is. And the love relationship at the moment is taking the back seat. It's really about you, and it's about you living it from your highest principles. No matter how long the wait it is or how high the price, nothing is more valuable than a clear conscience. And for you, this reading is about you. I wanted to show you a picture because I was using this earlier, but I really wanted to show you this picture because it's about love. But the thing about this picture is you can see all those messy bits, you can see all of those blotches and splotches and dabs. Love can be really, really messy. Life can be messy. And it's all good. There is quite a heavy energy coming around you in your life at the moment. You've experienced something that you weren't expecting. But it's time to realize that the restriction will only be there as long as you allow it to be there. You can clear this path and move forward a lot quicker. Your relationship is strong, it's stable. This person is really supportive of you. Allow them to help you. Allow them to help you move through the feelings that you have at the moment. This is a really great reading for you. Doesn't sound like it at the start, but it's actually the way out. You're moving out of this situation. The reading will help you understand that you do have hope, that it's about clearing away some of this stuff. Whatever happened, it was quite karmic, but you are working through it. So realize that the restriction is as long as you make it. If you've got value out of this reading today, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy Pick a Card readings, please subscribe to my channel. Each month I choose one subscriber for a 30-minute reading. So you go in the draw to win that as well. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you again in the next reading. Hi Pile 4, if you chose the clear quartz point, this is your reading. And this reading today is about what is the future of this love connection. And we are looking at the past, the present, and then the future on this side. And your card is stability. Amidst the earthquakes of unexpected situations, the hurricanes of unreasonable behaviour, when fortune strikes against me, I remain unmoved, knowing that finally all will be well. Wow, that is some pretty intense energy coming in. So let's have a look at what that's talking about. So these two first cards, like I said, are the past, and this card on the left is you, and the card on the right is your partner. And here we have Archangel Michael telling you that you are protected. So it feels like you've been through a time where you feel like you needed someone to protect you. You may have actually been in physical danger, because I'm seeing the armor quite strongly, and it's not something that I've noticed before. So I'm feeling that you actually have needed someone to physically protect you, whether that be from a threat that was real or imagined, I don't know, or whether you just felt fearful, which, we all go through times when we feel quite fearful. My head feels like I am spinning. I feel like you have been round and round and round, and so I feel like you might actually want to still call on Archangel Michael to help protect you, because there's quite a lot of your energy is still really moving around, and even though this is in the past, this still affects you currently. So there's a lot of fear energy coming in for you in the past. Your partner, on the other hand, feels like they're more open, they're more connected to maybe spiritual realms. I don't they're more connected to a spiritual realm. They feel like they create quite a harmonious space around them. They feel like they're quite relaxed and open, and like the hair's all flowing and free, and they feel like they connect to not only maybe other realms but other people. They're really easygoing, and perhaps they've really tried to help you, creating a sacred space for yourself and a safe space for you. And I feel like they've done that in a way where they haven't made you feel like you're weaker. I feel like they're kind of like, it's okay to feel those things, but know that you're safe. It's like it's a different message, and it's a subtle difference, but it's really one to notice, because when you are in a lot of fear, it's so easy to become dependent and codependent on your partner, and I don't feel like they're doing that, or that they have done that for you. They've created this stability around you. So, that's really what you needed at that time. Now, this is coming into the present, and in the present, this is you, whether you're male or female, and it's you bringing in that divine feminine. It's you actually being connected to sort of much more source energy, much more lunar energy, magic, prophecy. It's really you opening up, and perhaps you are on a spiritual path. My head is really spinning, and you've been quite fearful because perhaps you are a bit of an empath and pick up on people's feelings. Perhaps you needed to protect your own energy. It feels here that you are starting to be aware of your own energies and your strengths, your abilities, and now you're able to get the discernment. But there's very much a lunar energy coming in for you, so it's like you're able now to discern what is you and what is others. So you are really finding your own balance, which is really great. Again, we've got that stability coming in, and clear quartz obviously helping, clarity, focus, all those things. And now it feels like you and your partner have flipped the energies. Now it feels like your partner's going into fear. And we are living through, really intense times of fear. And while your partner in the past may have been your rock and the person that helped you create stability and a sacred space in your home and your life, it feels now that they're questioning their values, questioning the world, questioning what their beliefs have been built on. And so now they're in an element of fear too. It's a different type of fear. This one felt like it was really about your personal being. And this fear here is more about the outside world and what's happening in the outside world. And, a very, very understandable place for your partner to be in. But here we have the difference in balance is, you're coming into balance again because you're coming into your strength. So it's a great way for your relationship. It's not great that either one of you is in fear. However, one of you're oscillating and you're bringing in stability for the other person. So you're bringing yourselves back into balance. And I love that. I think that's a great thing. So now these are your future cards. And again, you are on the left. The card on the left is for you, and the one on the right, together they make the relationship, and this is your partner's energy in the future. And so here we have the protection card, and while this card can mean many, many different things, I feel for you too that it's about keeping each other safe. There's the equal symbol there, and it's like looking after each other, being interconnected. You'll actually strengthen each other, and that is such a strong, again, stability. It keeps coming in. So for you, it's really about your connection will strengthen the two of us, and I feel really emotional when I'm saying that, because it's like in the past you guys have loved each other, you've felt the connection, but there's been this fear element that has been stopping you from connecting on a deeper level. So it's like when you join forces, when you really connect, when you entwine together, because there's that symbol is going, it's like two cups are coming together, but it's also they're intertwined. And when you do that, that is when you guys really connect, have value for each other, are really able to protect each other, look after each other. And here we've got omens and messages. So your partner may hear some, or may hear or see or be given some messages about the relationship, and it's about paying attention to them and realizing that Hawk has the ability to see further ahead than than our normal eyesight. So it's about using that and taking the messages and using your free will to be able to move through the situations in the way that you want to. We have humor turned upside down. So this is what do you need to know? And it's kind of like the two of you, while you've been through a really challenging time, you need to bring back the humor into your relationship. You need to see the lighter side of life. And if I turn it up the other way, it shows you Buddha. And Buddha's always laughing, because even if the world was falling apart, Buddha would still be laughing, because Buddha, the idea of that spiritual being, chooses to focus on the lighter side of life. And we can be in the worst situation, and we can find something to be appreciative of, to be grateful of, all that sort of stuff, and to laugh at ourselves about. And the last card that I have for you is Athena, and the word is strategy. And this is what is hidden. So this, instead of being up the right way, so when it's upright, it's all about strategy. It's about thinking, using your head over your heart. This is about trusting your heart over your head. Follow your intuition. And this is who you are. This is who you are becoming. You are someone who is learning to follow their intuition, and you're stepping into it. Sorry, you're not learning. You are stepping into it. So your relationship, there's no outcome here for the relationship. I feel like the relationship gets stronger the more that you become interconnected. You let go of your fears, and you listen to the wisdom of your guides and things like that. But it's about being having more humor and a sense of humor in your relationship, as well as you trusting your heart over your head. And I feel that's for both of you, not just one of you. This is a fantastic reading for you today. I love the stability that you have got going on in your relationship. You guys are really rock solid because you have each other's backs. One of you takes the slack when the other one is down, and that's an awesome thing to have. It's not like one of you walks away while the other person's experiencing the crap. The other person supports, you come into your own power, and now that you're leaving that energy behind you, you're both moving into your power. You've got to think from your heart and not your head, and choose to focus on more, that humorous side of life. And the stability that you're going to bring into this relationship, it's amazing. Thanks for watching this video today. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like pick a card readings, please subscribe to my channel for more readings like this, as well as the chance to win a reading with me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon. Hi, pile 5. If you chose the Botswana Agate, this is your reading about what is the future of this love connection. And your word is tirelessness. Although the road may be long and hard, as a master, my heart is always filled with love for my task. My goal is just a little ways around the next corner, over the next hill. I persevere. Wow, a little bit of a heavy message there for you, pile 5. So let's have a look what we have for you. Now, Spirit has given me this spread today, which is 2 cards for the past, 2 cards for the present, the future, and then some outcome, or not outcome cards there. What do I need to know, and what is hidden in the future? So firstly, let's have a look at the Owl and Merlin card. And firstly, the Owl is about deception and wisdom. And this card is very much about you, and it feels like in the past, it's like your feathers have been ruffled. In the past, in relationships, you have been deceived and you haven't listened to your inner wisdom. I've just been trying to say that a few different ways, and now it's really solid in my head. And it's like normally you allow your inner wisdom to be very clear and to speak to you, but in the past in relationships you have allowed people to deceive you, and you've really built some relationships that have been on really, really shaky ground. Obviously lots and lots of lessons for you to learn. It doesn't feel like that person is this partner. This partnership feels like it's a newer relationship, whether that be you've been with this person for 8 years but you still feel like it's a newer relationship. That's fine. But this person here, it's either a he or a she, it doesn't really matter, but they're a very old soul. And they are bringing you and your idea of relationships into balance. And it's kind of like they're sitting there just waiting for you to I suppose, to get with the program is something that I would say. What does that mean for you? It's like they're ready for you. They're waiting for you. They're in. They've got both feet in. They're already moving forward. They've got all these skills. They've got all this strength. They've got all this wisdom, and they're sitting patiently waiting for you in this love relationship that you have. They are bringing things into justice and balance for you in relationships. And my head feels like I feel really out of balance when I think about your old relationships. So I understand that there's a lot of mending happening for you with that. But this person is really very solid and will wait for you. Whether they'll wait for eternity, I don't know. But this person is so the message is that they want to grow old with you. And I feel really quite emotional saying that. But that is the message that I am getting. This older soul is like the person that lights up your heart. Wow, this is such a big message for you. And they will be there through thick and thin, and that is the tirelessness is this relationship for you. And it's kind of like you're a little bit too scared, or in the past you've been a little bit too scared to really put your foot in this relationship. Okay, so let's have a look at the current energies in this relationship. So you're going through quite a changing time. It's the dawn of a new day on your soul awakening. So what is the soul awakening for you? Could be that you realize that you don't need to live that life anymore, that's in the past for you, that there are new creations, that there is all of this. It's like your whole life just becomes differently organized. It's like a reorganization. And whether that's the present, but I don't feel like you've allowed this to come in the past. And perhaps your partner is pushing you a little bit more than which is the challenge and the lightning. Perhaps your partner is pushing you a bit more than you have been ready to in the past. It feels like you're pulling back. It feels like you're really pulling away from the partner because of what's happened in the past. But the partner's not going anywhere. This partnership, it's like it's set in stone. They're the words that I'm getting. It doesn't mean there's not going to be challenges. It doesn't mean he's not going to, he or she, I keep saying he, I'm terribly sorry about that. I don't mean to. It doesn't mean the person is not going to disrupt, the relationship. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. But it also doesn't mean that there's going to be this massive storm every time those things happen. But you are going through such a transformational time at the moment. You are really making leaps and bounds, and together the relationship will move forward. And oh wow, I'm feeling such a confident, bright energy for both of you. At the moment, like this, your partner feels like the partnership is really solid. It's really strong. but there is quite a combustible energy happening at the moment, whether that your partner is either being challenged by something else happening in their lives, or whether they're being challenged by your resistance. There's two things that could be here. But your life is going to be reorganized, whether that's happening right now and it might feel a bit crap, but it's amazing. This is what you need. This is what you want. You may not know it, but for a lot of you, I feel you do. So then I want to move to the future, because this card here shows death, and that's a great card for you because it's letting go of this old stuff that is behind you. This death card means new beginnings. So you're putting the past behind you. And while it doesn't look the greatest, this card, it actually is symbolic of new life, of new growth. And so it is an amazing card for you to let go of all of that stuff from the past. And like I said, you are going to have a totally reorganized life. And I don't know which way that is going to be for you, whether that's work, family, career. It is around the relationship, but this is really about you. The death thing for you is very, very symbolic. And I've got my hands crossed together like that, so I'm just going to show you. Because it's like, unless that old part of you dies, the two of you can't come together. So that's what I'm being told there. So the death of your old self, of your belief that relationships are about deception and underhandedness and this dark, murkiness, that is falling away. And as you can see, your partner is really happy about that. They're like throwing their arms up in the air. It's like, thank God, now we can go and live on this wonderful, this wonderful tropical island together and have the most amazing life. And you can see here that this energy here is surrounded by angels. Thank you, angels. I breathe with ease knowing that you are here because you're supported. It's taken care of. This is really free and easy. And this is how your partner feels once you move through this challenging time that you may be experiencing now. And Botswana agate is very much a healing stone. So then we have two cards here to give you some more messages here. And one is, what do you need to know? Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. This card here is about your communication, and perhaps it is about you communicating to your partner about your feelings and about knowing that they are different from your relationships in the past. I'm pretty sure you've already had this conversation because it doesn't feel like a brand new relationship, but it does feel like one that you have yet to, fully cement, to jump in with both feet. I suppose they're the words that I'm being told. But it's about having balance in this relationship and knowing that this person is not the past. You have moved on from the past. And this one, which is perfect, what is hidden, that you're letting go, and that there's this new emotional cleansing happening. And it really is like, if you could understand the energies that are supporting you, surrounding you, and this relationship, I feel that you'd move through this a lot quicker. But it's okay, take your time, because you're learning some really, really important lessons, and this person is there to support you. This person is there to, I've got a big smile on my face. They're there to support you, nourish you, cherish you, all of these wonderful, wonderful things. They are tireless in their love for you, and they will be there until old age. I feel that, and I really, of course you can change these readings. These readings are done from the energy of today and the time that you are seeing them. So you would only pick this card if that's the type of energy that you're experiencing in your relationship. But it is such a solid relationship. It is, the two of you have such a wonderful relationship when you let go of your past, when you let go of all the hurt and the ways you were used to being treated. This person is totally different. This person brings in justice and balance for you in relationship. I love this reading for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Tirelessness. Who would have thought that word would bring such positivity in a relationship reading? Certainly not me. If you enjoy Pick a Card readings, please Subscribe to my channel for more pick card readings, also to go in the draw each month for a free reading. Thanks, I've really enjoyed doing this reading for you today. I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.